In the far reaches of eastern Russia lies a realm of fire and ice, a place where winter is absolute. Yet deep within the shadow of active volcanoes, life refuses to surrender. Here, the Kamchatka brown bear navigates a brutal labyrinth of frozen ash and boiling rivers. Over the next 14 hours, we will witness an ancient rhythm of survival, culminating in a spectacular dusk hunt over these very waters. But to understand the end of the day, we must first survive the dawn. Where the Pacific Ring of Fire collides with the eastern edge of Russia lies the formidable Kamchatka Peninsula. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. Under the pale, muted blue hues of the pre-dawn sky, a primordial battle between two absolute extremes is already underway. This is a realm of fire and ice. Towering, snow-covered active volcanoes stand as silent sentinels over a fractured, volatile landscape locked in permafrost. As heavy winter fog clings to the valleys, the deep, resonant hoot of the Blakiston's fish owl echoes through the frosted taiga ecosystem, signaling the end of the nocturnal shift. The wilderness is waking. Graceful whooper swans, having sought refuge in the bubbling hot springs overnight, begin to stir. Deep within a snow-covered cave, a true giant senses the shifting morning light. A massive brown bear stirs from a restless slumber, its hibernation instincts suppressed by the immense caloric demands of the severe subarctic climate. It pushes through the deep snowdrifts, stepping into the freezing dawn. High above, sure-footed snow sheep navigate jagged alpine ridges, searching beneath the hard-packed crust for sparse lichen. Down on the rugged black sand beaches, a colony of Steller sea lions shifts uneasily on the ice-covered shoreline, exhaling thick clouds of condensation into the pale light. Across the vast snowfields, a bright red fox trots with silent purpose, listening for life beneath the ice, until a pure white willow ptarmigan bursts into the air in a frantic explosion of energy. Deep in the edge of the dense boreal forest, an immense dark brown moose methodically strips frozen bark from ancient pines, catching the very first true light of day. By mid-morning, the diffused daylight illuminates the stark majesty of the peninsula, bringing the complex biological rhythm of this land into sharp focus. Drawn by the radiant heat, the Kamchatka brown bear arrives at the muddy banks of the thermal pools, its highly adapted foraging behavior on full display as it digs for nutritious tubers in the unfrozen earth. Out in the broad river valleys, an endless column of reindeer migrates across the ice. A moving feast watched by an eternally opportunistic Arctic fox, clad in brilliant winter white. But far more formidable eyes watch from the shadows. The Siberian tiger, the undisputed apex predator of this frozen world, moves like a ghost through the timber, patiently waiting for a fatal mistake. Along the freezing coastal waters, rafts of heavily furred sea otters dive for clams among beds of golden kelp, while a colorful harlequin duck paddles nearby against a backdrop of crushing blue glacial ice. brown bear wades deep into the rushing waters, lunging with explosive power to secure the calorie-dense flesh required to fuel its internal furnace. Further down the coast, a fierce wolverine tears tough strips of blubber from the frozen carcass of a Pacific walrus. As the day reaches its midpoint, a profound stillness settles. It is a crucial time for energy conservation in a world where temperatures plunge strictly below zero. The great bear lies completely flat in the warm mud, while high above, the snow sheep huddle to share body heat. Deep within the canopy, an elusive Eurasian lynx lazily grooms itself, perfectly camouflaged among the shadowed branches. Out on the dark ocean, Steller sea lions sleep heavily on floating glacial ice. It defies logic that amidst a wasteland capable of freezing a man in minutes, these fragile harlequin ducks find sanctuary in waters heated by the Earth's very core. A shift in the wind here is the difference between an oasis and a tomb. And back in the taiga, the towering moose beds down deep in the powder. Even the magnificent Siberian tiger luxuriates on a snowy outcropping, rolling onto its back to expose its white belly to the sky. As the afternoon progresses, the diffused daylight begins to fade. The temperature drops noticeably, sending a sharp, undeniable signal across the rich ecosystem biodiversity of the peninsula. The evening hunt must begin. High in the canopy, the Eurasian lynx smoothly descends into the deep powder. Moving like a phantom through the darkening forest. On the edge of the taiga, the Siberian tiger initiates a devastating ambush, bounding through waist-deep snow to close the distance on a fleeing reindeer. Down on the coast, plunging temperatures force massive Pacific walruses onto crowded ice floes. Erupting in chaotic, violent displays of dominance. Above it all, a magnificent golden eagle rides a powerful thermal updraft. diving like a lethal missile at unseen prey. While the wolverine continues its relentless foraging across the ash-stained plains. The light is failing rapidly now, transforming the landscape into a world of dramatic silhouettes. The snow sheep paw at the frozen ground one last time before true night claims the mountains. And the Steller sea lion mothers gently nudge their pups closer to shield them from the winds. In the darkening taiga, the lynx executes a flawless vertical leap to dive bomb its unseen prey. Deep in the old-growth forest, the Blackiston's fish owl drops silently from its roost to skim the rushing river. But the ultimate spectacle belongs to the skies. As dusk turns black, a massive Steller sea eagle forcefully launches from dead wood, diving directly into the thick, boiling white mist to snatch a late-running fish. Powerfully beating its massive wings, the victorious eagle ascends into the pitch-black night. The day concludes in this frozen wilderness of fire and ice, a breathtaking testament to the enduring resilience, extraordinary power, and raw, uncompromising beauty of life on the extreme edge of the earth. As darkness claims the Kamchatka Peninsula, the thermal rivers become a sanctuary for the night. But while this frozen world goes to sleep, half a world away, the sweltering heat of the Namib Desert is just waking up. To see how life survives without water, instead of frozen in it, click here to watch the dawn break over the dunes.